Why do we fear what we can't see? Why do we fear failing when everyone is watching or never being good enough? Fear. It's the first emotion your ancestors ever felt, the one that whispered, run, hide, survive. It's older than language, older than thought, older than hope. Fear was never your enemy. It was your first teacher. It kept them alive through storms, alert to predators, and cautious of the dark. And it still lives inside you, in every heartbeat that quickens, in every muscle that tenses, in every thought that warns you to be careful. But in the modern world, the threats have changed. They're not lions or cliffs we fear, they're deadlines, failures, and rejection. It's the tightness in your chest before a meeting, the silence after you hit send, and the moment before the answer, when your brain thinks the worst and your body believes it. Your brain still reacts the same way, as if survival depends on it. Today, we'll decode the science and psychology of fear, why it feels uncontrollable, and how to reprogram it into awareness and courage. So why does fear exist? Fear exists because it was built to protect you. It's your body's oldest warning system, a primal alarm that activates before you even know what's happening. Its purpose isn't to stop you, it's to prepare you. When you hear a sudden sound or sense something is off, your brain doesn't wait for a reason. It acts, because hesitation could mean danger. In the ancient world, fear kept you alive. But in today's world, it often misfires, warning you about things that can't actually hurt you. Public speaking, uncertainty, or what others think. Fear's job was to protect your life. Now it tries to protect your comfort. So what really happens in your brain when you feel afraid? Deep inside your skull, a network called the limbic system controls fear. It reacts in milliseconds, long before your logical mind wakes up. It starts with the thalamus, the brain's sensor gate. It receives every sound, sight, and movement, scanning for danger. If it senses something unusual, it passes the signal straight to the amygdala. The amygdala is your brain's alarm. It doesn't wait to ask questions. It just hits the panic button. It sends an urgent message to the hypothalamus, your command center, which floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart races, your breathing quickens, your blood moves to your limbs, preparing you to fight, freeze, or flee. Meanwhile, the hippocampus, your memory keeper, searches for context. Have I been here before? Was this dangerous last time? If it recognizes danger, it strengthens the reaction. If not, it still stays alert, just in case. Finally, your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain, joins in, seconds later. It's the one that says, wait, it's just the wind. It's not a threat. But by the time logic arrives, your body has already prepared for battle. That's why fear feels faster than thought. Because it is. It's not weakness. It's wiring. Your brain was never built to stay calm first. It was built to keep you alive.
So why does fear feel so real, even when nothing's actually happening? Your brain can't always tell the difference between real danger and imagined danger. When you picture something terrifying, failing, falling, or losing someone, your amygdala fires as if it's happening right now. That's why fear can appear out of nowhere, because the mind can create a threat just as easily as it detects it. These three things make fear stronger. 1. Uncertainty. This is not knowing what's coming. 2. Loss of control. This is feeling helpless to stop it. 3. Memory of pain. And this is the past reminding you what it felt like to get hurt. Together, these form fear's feedback loop, a system that keeps your body alert, even when there's nothing to run from. It's a loop that keeps you alert, but also trapped. And like any loop, it can be rewritten. Your mind's warning system mistakes imagination for evidence. So how do we stop fear from controlling us and turn it into something useful? How do you calm fear once it starts? You can't fight it, but you can retrain it. Here are 4 proven methods to reprogram your fear response. 1. We'll start where fear begins. Not in the mind, but in the body. When fear rises, your body leaves the moment and it jumps into the future. In neuroscience, this is called amygdala hijack. When the emotional brain overrides the logical one. To stop it and bring it back, feel your breath, your feet on the floor, the air on your skin. Slow your breathing, especially on the exhale. This activates the vagus nerve, sending a signal to your body that says, "We're safe now." Your heart rate slows, your brain's alarm quiets, and the threat begins to fade. The body is the gateway to the mind. Calm it first, and the mind will follow. The next time anxiety hits, try to feel your feet on the ground. Breathe out longer than you breathe in, and you'll feel your pulse slow. That's your nervous system standing down. Once the body begins to calm, the next step is to bring fear into focus and to name what it really is. 2. What happens when you actually name your fear? When you say it clearly, even quietly, "I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid they'll leave." This engages the prefrontal cortex, the reasoning center of your brain, and softens the emotional charge in the amygdala. In neuroscience, this is called affect labeling. Labeling fear transforms the chaos into clarity. It turns emotion into information. You can't tame what you can't name. The next time you are afraid, try saying what you are afraid of out loud. Just once. You'll feel the tension shift from your body to your breath because your body finally knows what it is feeling. When fear is named, it becomes visible, and that's when you can question it. 3. So what if your fear is just a story your mind keeps telling you? Every fear tells a story. What if I can't do it? What if they don't like me? What if I fail? In psychology, this is called cognitive distortion. When this happens, ask yourself, what's the evidence that this will happen? What else could be true? When you question fear's story, you re-engage the thinking mind and dissolve its illusion of certainty. The next time your thoughts start racing, write them down. Seeing fear on paper makes it smaller than it feels in your head. And once you've seen the story for what it is, you can begin to rewrite it, to turn fear from something that stops you into something that prepares you for. Can fear actually help you, instead of holding you back? Fear isn't a signal to stop. It's a signal to get ready. It sharpens your senses, fuels your focus, and keeps you alert. It's not weakness, it's readiness. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting with it. When you see fear as preparation instead of paralysis, you transform it from an enemy into a guide. In psychology, this is called cognitive reappraisal. It's the same reason a performer feels fear before stepping on stage, not because they're in danger, but because their body is preparing them to perform. When you learn to work with fear instead of against it, something shifts. The same energy that once froze you begins to move you forward. So what does fear really teach us? About courage and about ourselves. Fear is ancient. It's the original survival algorithm, written into your DNA long before words, long before choice. It was designed to protect you. But in a world where most threats aren't physical, it often protects you from things you actually need to face. When you learn to notice your breath, to name what you feel, to question the story, and to see fear as preparation, you start to rewrite the code. You teach your brain that fear is information, not limitation. Fear still lives in your circuitry, but mastery begins when you stop running from it and start listening to what it's trying to teach you. Fear can make you avoid things. You may tell yourself, "I might fail, so I won't try." Fear can keep you silent. You might tell yourself, "I might be wrong, so I won't speak up." Understanding fear doesn't make you fearless. It sets you free. Because freedom isn't the absence of fear, it's learning to walk with it. Fear doesn't disappear, it transforms. Into awareness. Into courage. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a bit more about fear. Because fear was never meant to hold you back, only to show you where courage begins. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.